I found out my husband was cheating on me because of a photo, not a text message, not a phone call. A photo, one he didn't even know I'd seen. This story doesn't begin with betrayal. It begins with the woman I was before I learned the truth about the man beside me. My name is Renee. I was 34 years old. I had been married to Caleb for 7 years, together for 11. We met in college. He was the guy who carried my books when I sprained my ankle during finals week. I used to tell people that story like it meant something, like it proved he was a good man. For 11 years, I believed it. We built a life together. A small house with a porch swing he installed himself. 2 dogs, a garden I could never keep alive, but kept trying anyway. Caleb worked in sales, traveled a few times a month, always came home with some small thing, a keychain, a magnet, a joke about the hotel breakfast. I thought that was love. I thought love was small things and porch swings and a man who came home. I didn't know love could also be a lie you tell so well that even the person living inside it believes it. It was a Wednesday, I remember, because Wednesday were laundry day, and I was folding his shirts when his phone buzzed on the counter. It wasn't a text. It was a memory notification, one of those look back at this day photo reminders, the kind that pops right up on the screen without you even unlocking the phone. I wasn't trying to snoop. I want to be clear about that, because for months afterward, I would blame myself for looking, as if I had caused what I found. The photo was from a work trip 8 months earlier. Caleb laughing, his arm around a woman I didn't recognize. That wasn't the part that broke me. People take photos with coworkers all the time. It was the caption underneath, written by the app, pulling from a note he'd saved. Best trip of my life. Wish every day could feel like this. I stood in my kitchen holding my husband's shirt, and suddenly it felt like it belonged to a stranger. I didn't confront him that night. I want to be honest with you. I was a coward for 3 weeks. I told myself there was an explanation. I told myself I was overreacting. I told myself a lot of things, because the alternative was admitting that the last 11 years might have been sitting on a foundation that was never really there. But you can't unsee a thing like that. It sits behind your eyes. It waits. So I started looking, quietly, carefully. The way you diffuse something you're afraid will explode in your hands. Her name was Priya. She worked at a partner company in the city he flew to twice a month. It took me 4 days to find her Instagram. It took me 4 seconds to understand everything, because there, in a post from March, was my husband's hand on the small of her back at a rooftop bar. And the caption said, "Grateful for the people who make the long trips worth it." I want to tell you, the worst part wasn't the affair. The worst part was the year. I went back through her posts month by month, matching them to the calendar hanging in our kitchen. The one where I wrote his trip dates in blue ink so I'd remember when to expect him home. Every single trip lined up. 14 months. 14 months of him coming home, kissing my forehead, asking what he missed, eating dinner across from me, sleeping beside me, and going back to her the very next week. And the whole time I was telling my sister I'd had the good kind of marriage, the steady kind, the kind that lasts. I confronted him on a Thursday night in our kitchen, the same kitchen where I'd first seen the photo. I laid it all out on the counter, the printouts, the dates, the calendar. I don't know why I needed the evidence organized like a legal case. Maybe I thought if I built it carefully enough, he couldn't talk his way out of it. He didn't deny it. That's the part I wasn't ready for. I had rehearsed 100 versions of this conversation in my head, and in every one of them, he fought for us. He begged, he cried. He told me it meant nothing. Instead, he sat down at the table, rubbed his face with both hands, and said, "I've been trying to figure out how to tell you I'm not happy 11 years. And that was the sentence he chose. Not an apology, not for me, for himself. I moved out 3 weeks later. Not because he asked me to, because I couldn't breathe in that house anymore. Every room had a memory I now had to re-examine, wondering which ones were real and which ones were performance. The dogs he named after our favorite movie, was any of it ever just about us? I moved into a 1-bedroom apartment with beige walls and a view of a parking lot. And for the first time in 11 years, I slept alone in a bed that didn't feel like a lie. I won't tell you the next few months were easy, because they weren't. There were nights I sat on my bathroom floor because it felt like the only room small enough to hold what I was feeling. I lost friends who decided it was easier to stay neutral. I lost the version of myself who believed that being good and being loved were the same thing. But somewhere around the 4th month, something shifted. I started running, not for my body, for my mind. I needed somewhere to put the anger that didn't have anywhere else to go. And for those few miles, I wasn't the woman whose husband chose someone else. I was just a body moving forward. 6 months after I moved out, I ran into an old coworker at the grocery store. She asked how I was doing, and I opened my mouth to give the automatic answer, "I'm fine." And instead, for the first time, I told her the truth. All of it. The photo, the calendar, the 14 months. She didn't flinch. She just said, "That's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of what he was capable of hiding." I don't know why that sentence was the one that finally cracked something open in me. Maybe because a stranger in a grocery store parking lot gave me permission to stop carrying his choices as my own failure. It's been 2 years now. I still don't fully understand betrayal. I don't think you ever really do. But I understand this. The version of me that believed love meant never questioning anything, she's gone. And I don't mourn her the way I thought I would. Because the woman who replaced her checks the locks on her own doors, pays her own bills, trusts her own instincts, because she learned the hard way what happens when she doesn't. She still has a garden. It still dies sometimes. But she keeps planting anyway because that was never really about the plants. Caleb married Priya last year. Someone sent me the photos, unprompted, the way people sometimes do when they think you need closure. I looked at them for exactly 10 seconds. She was smiling in every photo. I hope she never finds a photo on his phone that makes her chest fold in on itself the way mine did. But if she does, I hope she remembers what I didn't know back then. That the ending of something built on a lie isn't a tragedy. It's information. And what you do with that information is the only part of this story that was ever actually yours to write. If you've ever stood in your own kitchen holding the wreckage of everything you believed was solid, you're not alone, and you are not what was done to you.
If this story touched your heart, take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who may need to hear it today. And if you enjoy real-life stories of heartbreak, resilience, and hope, subscribe to Life with No Balance and turn on notifications so you never miss a new story. Thank you for listening. And remember, sometimes the hardest endings become the beginning of a stronger life.